That's right. Save the date. Save the date. That's what that little graphic said. Save the date. August 1st, 2046. That's the day I die, according to the death clock. But that's quite a few days from now. Today's the 22,936th day of my existence, and it's Sunday, so it's time for another sesh. Or do you say shesh? That's how I say it half the time. Let's do a shesh. So what a long day it's been today for a Sunday. I got up early. I got up, I don't know, it's about 5:30 hour. And I recorded this once already. It was during the 7th hour. I was out there on the south side, and it was really pretty in the morning and nice and cool. And I had a nice conversation with you about some of the stuff I'm probably going to try to talk about now. But a little bit later, I was, after I was done, I was looking at my phone and it said, storage space, critical, can't do things, must delete, So I had to delete some shit. And guess what I did? Yep. I deleted what I recorded this morning. And I wish I hadn't done that because there were some pretty good bits in it. But more so, I just kind of feel disingenuous having to redo it now. Well, I guess it's not too bad. This makes it a little bit easier. I took off. I had to go to the urgent care because I've got to see this on my finger here, my jerry finger, that one. I cut my nails the other day, and when I do, I get these little sort of like cuticle, these little things that happen, and usually I can just kind of file it off and stuff, and that's what I did there. But evidently the skin was cracked, and something got into the crack, and it got infected. And this was on Wednesday that I had cut it and everything. And by yesterday, it was throbbing. I tried soaking it. I put this antibiotic stuff on it. I did everything I could, and I had a hard time sleeping last night. Every time I put my arm under my pillow, it hurt really fucking bad. I couldn't do dishes this morning because it hurt so fucking bad. So I went and had it looked at. And yeah, it was a good thing I did, because I guess that kind of thing can develop into something worse if you don't take care of it. So they numbed the finger, they lanced it open, they got the pus out, they put some of the same stuff I put on, the cream that I put on. It's an antibiotic cream. And then I got a prescription for an oral antibiotic. But of course, it being Sunday and it being so late in the day, by the time I got in to see the doctor, it was already 4:00. The pharmacy closed at 5. There was no way I was going to be able to get it. So I'll get it tomorrow. So and I'll just take I'm having my favorite combination here, cannabis and coffee. And it's the 1700 hour. It's almost the 18th hour. And I just started the oven. I'm making some baked potatoes for dinner. I'm going to go do the garden when we're done with this little thing, and I'll edit you later when I'm done with the garden and dinner. But I this morning was trying to talk about mortality. Here's that graphic again. So the app is called the Death Clock. There was a website years ago I went to called deathclock.com. And I think it gave me pretty much the same information. What it is okay, so download that app, and then you fill out some basic questions: how old you are, gender, some health questions, some basic vitals, things like that. And it calculates based on those factors what your day of death is. And mine is August 1st, Jerry Garcia's birthday, August 1st. 2046. And oddly enough, it was a few weeks ago, I was talking about how I need new goals in life because I've already achieved all the goals that I had set for myself 40 years ago when I was in my 20s. So one of the goals that I set is I want to celebrate my 50th anniversary with Kelly. I want to be here for that. And that happens on July 16th, 2045. So I get to celebrate that. I'll actually celebrate 51 years based on the death clock. But who knows if that's worth it? If it's right, if it's accurate. And I guess I'll have to just keep that date in mind. I actually put it in my calendar to remind me. And, but from where I'm sitting, I can just, I was talking about exhaustion last week, right? And now I'm talking about death. It's like I'm going from bleakness to dark. But, there are a couple other things that have been on my mind about mortality, death. Tomorrow, I have a procedure that I've had done before. I've actually talked about it here before, where they go in and they extract some, the fluids from my spine to kind of see what my, my T cells and all that kind of stuff, related to the lupus in my spinal column. And then they while they're there, they inject me with these hormones that help keep the inflammation down. And the goal with this procedure this time is to kind of preempt any things that might happen over the winter, because that tends to be the worst time for me. So hopefully this is going to help me feel a little better through the winter, not get as bad as I do typically. Whether it's going to work or not, we don't really know. But when I do this kind of thing, they have to put you under, because the procedure, especially the spinal tap part, is very painful. So I I have to be put under. And then there's all these forms that you fill out, the risks of, you understand the risks of being, anesthetic. Oh, yes, I do. And do you have an advance directive? Do you have a living will? Do you have, a spiritual preference? All things that in case you die on the table, what do we do next kind of questions. And it causes you to, again, contemplate your mortality. So, there's that going into this whole conversation. And that's on my mind this week. And the other thing, I was watching something the other night and one of the characters in there was talking to another character, and he said, the thing about dying is we're all scared. We're all scared to die because we don't know what's beyond. We don't know what's going to happen when we die. And that's a frightening thing. Are you going to go to heaven or are you going to burn in hell? And we don't really know. We tell each other, oh, they're going to a better place, but we don't really know that, do we? Maybe they're not going to a better place. Maybe they're coming back to this place, which is kind of what I suspect is I think that we've all been here before and we're doomed to come back here again until we get this shit right, And obviously it's not going to be in this lifetime. May as well probably have to come back again until we get this shit right. But the idea that we don't know, everybody is scared, I think resonates for all of us. Because if we're really honest, we can have bravado and, I'm not afraid to die. I'm not, we can have a death wish. I'm not afraid of dying, but really the truth is probably in that last moment, you're going, oh, fuck, what's going to happen next? And I think it's healthy to have a curiosity of it. It's healthy to wonder about it, but I don't think you can really be paralyzed by it. I think it sounds pretty good. August 1st, 2046. Don't think I have any other plans for that day. Might be a good day to die, right? I'll be, 45, or I'm sorry, 45, I wish. I'll be 85 years old, that year. That's a pretty good time to die before I get, in so much pain and crippled, I can't do anything and I'm pissing in my pants and my kid's got to wipe my ass, or I'm stuck in some kind of, god awful nursing home like my mother was, or I do what my mother is doing to us, live with us. Not that she's doing it. It's our choice. It was our suggestion. Make no mistake about that. But the point I'm making is that it's a burden. It's hard to do. And I certainly don't want to have to put my kids through that if I can avoid it. If I can, my dad is 89 and still on his own. And time will tell. Time will tell. And the thing about it is, I think about it with my parents, for example. I contemplate their mortality, and it's a little scary, but not really scary. It's more sadness. It's more fear of facing that sadness and the aftermath of it all, because we're all going to still be here. They get to go on. The truth of the matter is, no one here gets out alive. Okay. You're not going to get out of here alive, period. Jim Morrison said that, or maybe you call him Mr. Mojo Rising, but Jim Morrison was right on the nose on that statement. No one here gets out alive. But that's natural when your parents go. That's natural when the generation before you goes, or even when it's people, your peers, but we're at that age where we're all shedding our mortal coils, our monkey meat suits, or whatever this is, and we move on. We go to something else. And that's kind of what I think happens. I think that I think there is a lot to be said about reincarnation. I think it's probably a better model to believe in than I'm going to heaven or I'm going to hell. Because honestly, if I'm really honest about it, logically, it makes no fucking sense. There's a hell below us and a heaven above. I don't think so. I really don't, and maybe I'm wrong. And if so, either I'm going to be gone to some kind of purgatory, or maybe I'll make it to heaven. I don't know, but I know, a lot to think about on a Sunday, isn't it? Man, what is it with, I guess I just don't get it. I've been studying the YouTube thing, and there's these shorts where people kind of keep picking the same songs, and they all do their own version of the same song, and it's all kind of the same thing over and over and over again. Like the one I heard this week was emergency, calling Dr. Beats, emergency, calling Dr. Beats, or some shit like that. And the girls are like, and they change outfits, emergency. It's like, yeah, girls, you look cute and all that, but fuck, it's all the same shit. And people actually eat this shit up. I see they got tons of views. I was happy that I don't see him right now. Our cat made his debut on YouTube the other day on Saturday. Perhaps you saw it. He caught a lizard out here and was toying with it for quite a while. He ended up letting the lizard go because he was the lizard king. But Samson, he's a lot of fun, and he got a bunch of views. But maybe if I would have put that stupid song in there, I would have gotten more views. I don't know, Oh, and remember Thursday I was talking about trying, And I was specifically talking about my struggle to get on social media. I did it yesterday. I started an Instagram account. It's my name there, dphilip.chalmers on Instagram or whatever. And I put a little bio in there. I haven't posted anything yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to post, when I'm going to post, but it'll be pretty soon. And I'm starting with that one because I thought, well, let's see, let's see what happens. So I opened the account and I made my little bio. I let it look at my contacts, and it found nearly all my contacts are on Instagram. Who knew? No wonder I don't see my friends no more. They're at this place called Instagram. Um, no, I see my friends. I talk to my friends, and my friends all understand my proclivication, my hesitation to be on social media, and they're probably going to welcome me as soon as I say something. But anyways, pardon me a second. So again, I'm giving you the view that I usually have when I sit there where you are. That's my seat over there in the corner, and this is what I see behind me. But I decided to do that this time, both because the sun is kind of aiming down that way, but then I realized that the sun is reflecting on the window here and shining right back at me. And it's quite bright. I have to keep tilting my head so it doesn't get in my eyes. But then I think, oh, must be lighting up my face. It seems like I'm kind of rushing through this. I am rushing. I am part Russian on the day. I've been up, like I said, since 5:30 this morning, and I didn't sleep well last night. I haven't slept well all week again, and that probably is why I feel exhausted. Excuse me while I have another hit. Well, you can tell it's probably 15 minutes later now. The sun is now over on the horizon. I can barely see it in the window. It's not shining in my face anymore. So this might be a good point to thank you for again spending some time on a Sunday with me, just kind of shooting the shit, as it were. Sorry if I got a little more, but check it out. Death Clock. I found it on the Google. What do they call their app store? Whatever their stores. I'm sure that they have it on the iPhone store too. But check it out. You get like a 7-day trial thing with it. That's all I did, just to figure out when am I going to die. Like so I always tell you guys to take care of yourselves, to be safe, keep your dauber up. But before you go, take a look at this.
Here we are at the start of another week. Time to do the setup. This week, I've got a lot going on. Of course, today, Monday, I'm in surgery all morning. I'll be recovering all day, maybe part of tomorrow. The rest of the week, we're getting ready for our nephew to come, who arrives on Friday. That's our week. What's your week look like? One of the things that's really important with each week is that you share your agenda with one or two or three people. I like to call it a brain trust, a mastermind group. Something I read in a book a long time ago, but the idea is getting together with other like-minded individuals and you share your goals, you share your ambitions, you share some of your thoughts with each other. And the idea is everybody's kind of like inspiring each other, holding each other accountable, building integrity within the group. I've got a little mastermind group. Do you? If you don't, I recommend you get one. So that's my advice for the setup this week. Otherwise, like I always tell you guys, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Keep your dauber up. Bye-bye.